I had the ads up and running within a week or so of the workshop, and I was getting results pretty much straight away. So we've spent about 7 grand and we've made over 70 grand worth of sales. You guys don't just deliver the service, you make sure that we have everything that we need to win. And well, I know that you guys are really invested in actually seeing us get results. My name's Matt Fay from Narrative Hub. We're a creative marketing agency based in Brisbane, and we do mainly photography, videography, and social media management.
Sweet. What problems do you have that made you want to reach out to us?
I guess probably a few things, but like one of the reasons I reached out, or the problems I was having at the time, was just I think like a lot of businesses, you sort of, you do whatever you can to get you to the next stage, and then sometimes what gets you to that stage isn't what's going to get you, further again. And for us, it was like there's some months we were getting a lot of work and seemingly not really doing much to get it, and then there was other months where you'd be doing all this networking and whatever, and maybe not getting as much work through as you want. So I guess mainly it just comes down to kind of, word of mouth and all that sort of stuff being a little inconsistent. And, I had plans to sort of, grow the business in a meaningful way, and I needed a way to do that. And this has been fantastic for that.
Yeah, sweet. What hesitations did you have before buying, and what actually got you over the line in the end?
I think hesitations are probably just like, I suppose, not really knowing what this program was about. My initial thoughts was like, it's another coaching program, it's another course, it's another, you know, educational puff piece thing. I didn't, to be honest, with the way that Brandon's ads for starters are delivered, I didn't really feel like that was probably what was behind the curtain, but it did fall. Some of it did probably just fall into that category for me, and I'd been kind of like quite resistant to a lot of that stuff in the past. But for me, it was like really right place, right time. I'd been working with a husband and wife business coach and mindset coach for a few months up to that point. I was definitely, really open to see how I could educate myself so that I could grow my business, sustain it sustainably, and reasonably like independently as well. So yeah, it's the right time, right place. I think I had seen some of Brandon's ads even a year or two before, and maybe started a process then. So there was a bit of familiarity, but you know, the ads were just everything in the ads. I knew that was what I needed. And then watching the VSL, the video sales letter, I was just like perfect. So when it came to the call with you, I was basically just reconfirming the things that I heard on that video. And then the only other questions I had really was like, how much and when can I start? It
Yep.
was a no brainer for me at that point. So yeah, it was really good. It didn't really have a lot of resistance when I came down to it, but you guys were able to make that really easy for me.
Yeah, cool. What changed? What results did you get? Especially like before the workshop or soon after?
Yeah, yeah, that was one thing I really liked about it, was that I could just get started basically straight away. Yeah, I like the way that it's structured, because I mean, you can wait 2 months and then go to the next workshop in your town or wherever, or you can just get started and then obviously just do an online thing. We chose to go to Melbourne, which was great. I think that was good to just like immerse myself in that for a couple of days. But the way that I did it was, I think I signed up just before Christmas, and I just was going to the gym and hopping on the exercise bike and just putting my phone there and just
Yep.
watching the videos through kind of passively, just to kind of, you know, skim over it. And then I just did that for like a week or so. Then I just come back to the computer, really, and then really sort of dial in on all the content and just started doing it step by step. And it was really simple. It wasn't too overly engineered. Like it had depth, but it wasn't like really, really hard to follow. But essentially I was able to just get my funnel and my ads and everything up and running, like ready for the workshop. I came to the workshop locked and loaded. I think we'd even filmed the ads already. So yeah, at this point it was just like checks and balances, just seeing what we could tweak. And then I had the ads up and running within a week or so of the workshop, and I was getting results, pretty much straight away. So yeah, I was able to do a lot of work before I even got to the workshop, which meant that I could just, hit the gas as soon as I could.
Yeah, sweet. What results have you got since you started running the ads?
Yeah, so I was just checking it actually before the call. So we've spent about 7 grand and we've made over 70 grand worth of sales.
Mhm.
So that's really, really good. Obviously, it's 10 to 1 on at least the ad spend. Obviously, well and truly covered my initial investment. The thing though that's really important for us is, we're using this to grow the business or at least grow the retainer arm of the business.
Yeah,
That was the thing that we'd struggled with for a while, is that we'd had a few retainers and then some that were really high and then, they might drop off, and yeah, none of that was consistent. But so what's really good is that, we've got about 20 grand a month in monthly recurring revenue. So every month that someone stays on, that ROAS and whatever, it all goes up for the better,
yeah,
the longer we can keep people. And we've had 100% retention, which I think also too probably speaks to the sales component as well, because it's one thing to do the ads and whatever, and oh yeah, you got 100 leads, and it's like, yeah, but it doesn't really matter until I convert them. And I think that that's one thing that's been really good, is that I've been pretty selective with who I bring on as well. Like, there's been a lot of people where I'm just like, yeah, this is just not for you. There's actually been some people I've referred to you guys because I'm like, you need leads instantly, like
yeah,
tomorrow. And it's like, maybe do or die or whatever. I was like, you need to go see these people because they're the ones that are
yeah.
going to help you with that. So yeah, we've been able to obviously get some cash in, get some predictable, you know, income that comes in month after month. It's all on direct debits and everything. And yeah, the only thing that's holding us back from doing more is just maybe, a bit more in the sales process to get those conversion rates up. But yeah, I've got no doubts that I'll be able to, double and triple those figures in the next 6 or 12 months.
Yeah, sweet. You kind of covered it a bit already, but what effect did it have on you personally or professionally?
Yeah, probably like I sort of mentioned how I started working with some coaches in the months leading up to it. And I suppose it's just like made me a bit more open as to what is out there that I can educate myself on. In the past, I'd probably relied on some team members that I had at the time to help us guide and direct what we were going to do from all of our offers and to bring leads in and things like that. And it didn't work out. I was sort of like buying experience off the shelf. Whereas, whilst you want to hire people into your business that probably know a bit more than you in these certain areas, it's what it means is that it doesn't matter, how our service offering might change. It doesn't matter who is in or not in the team. I'm behind the wheel with the foot on the gas for all our marketing efforts. And for a business of our size that is, reasonably small, I think that, when the founder or the owner or whatever knows how to do all these things, yes, you can then get someone else in your team to do it. But like, it's all up here now. It's something that I'll take with me forever, and that's something that yeah has really sort of helped. And then I guess professionally, it's like yeah, just having that really consistent income there means we can grow really predictably. And I'm now in the stage of building out a funnel for the project work that we offer as well. So it's just like you've got something there that works. You can pick it up and you can just continually use it. And you guys are always helping us, improve that over time, which is one of the best parts too.
Yeah, sweet. That sort of leads to the next question. What did you value or appreciate the most out of the program?
I think you know, when you sort of go and buy a course, and I mean this isn't a course, that's not how I'm, comparing it. This is more of a program, it's done with you. Um, but I think it's just like it's not just a bunch of videos and documents and tools and whatever, and it's like go off and have fun with it. And I think that's where people get probably some really wishy-washy results. Like, if your conversion tracking is not working, someone will come and fix all that up for you. If just the other day I was doing the VSL for the project stuff, I'll go and write you guys a love letter, and someone will come back to me in 24 to 48 hours, generally with a Loom video and like what I need to change. So it's like you guys don't just deliver the service, you make sure that we have everything that we need to win. And it seems like you guys are really, really, well, I know that you guys are really invested in actually seeing us get results from um, what you offer, not just simply going, you've done the program 100%, great.
Yep.
So I think that's what I've, yeah, really sort of, valued and appreciated the most.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it keeps us motivated and excited when we see clients getting wins as well. So always love to hear that. Sweet. And
Sweet.
if anyone was unsure about booking a call or on the fence, what would you say to them?
Oh, I just think, definitely go and book a call in. Like, it's not something you're going to regret at all. I think, especially if you're a smaller size business that, you can't afford those agency fees. You need to be the one that is, is in control. And I think that, you're going to get something very comprehensive. You're going to know how to write good copy. You're going to have all the templates there. You're going to get all the coaching that you need to make it work, or even, have someone in your team maybe do that work, but they're going to coach them as well. So I think, look, this is something that you won't have any regrets from, and the worst you can do is just book a call and see what it's about. But I would highly recommend it. And like I said earlier, even there's sometimes people come to us and I'm like, yeah, you need these guys right now.
Yep.
Like let's have a chat 6 or 12 months down the track. But yeah, I'm happy even to refer you guys through to certain people that come through our funnel. So yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely, you won't have any regrets.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt.